What's up, y'all? Good morning. I don't know when I'll post this video, but right now it's 8:36 in the morning. It's your girl Keelavon back with another video. I know it's been a while since I did any type of video, but I've been transitioning from coming home for the summer and not being in my own apartment and whatnot, and not really feeling comfortable to be intimate with my camera in a space that really doesn't feel like mine. But I'm slowly getting over it, and this is the first time I've pulled my camera out all summer. I also have many recipes to share with y'all. And be patient, and we will work through this together. Thank you for your continued support. If you are someone who's been watching my videos thus far, I know that it is still fairly new and I'm still getting started, but don't forget to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat, communicate with me. I'm a very open and friendly person, and I do want to talk to y'all. Thank you for sharing my videos, telling your friends. Word of mouth is everything, and I think we really need to pay more attention to the fact that we have people right in our reach that have so many talents and gifts to share, and we need to support those people, right? It's not always about what's already mainstream, but what could be mainstream and what could be the message that people follow. Everyone is doing well. I hope this video is reaching you in the best of spirits possible right now, as always. And just know that I am sending you good energy and good vibes as you sit and listen and think through what I have to say today. Today I want to talk about love, and I want to talk about love because love is very important. Love is the thing that sustains almost everything on this earth, from humans to food to animals to the air to the water. Love is sustainable. Love is recyclable. Love is reusable. Love is renewed. Love is everything. Love is everything, right? And the other day, 2 days ago, I was in Forever 21 with two of my best friends, and I was like, oh my God, this shirt is so cute. I look at it and it says, I don't need love or something like that. And I'm like, why is this the culture? Why are we so in this time of like, I don't need this person, I don't need anybody, I don't need love, fuck love, da. And like, what's really sad is that those clothes are being sold to a young audience, right? Like, myself included, 22 years old. Like, what are we doing saying fuck love at 22 years old when we have only experienced only so many kinds of love and only met so many kinds of people, right? And only been so many kinds of places. You don't know me and I don't know you, but there's been a lot of things that have hardened me and that could have made me even harder, to the point where, you know, I could have been like F love, or I don't trust men, or I don't trust these people, da. And in a lot of ways, I rejected that as soon as I did like start dating, right? Like, I rejected all of those notions of like not trusting people or not trusting someone because of their gender, or thinking that they're going to be the same as this person or that person, or the person that wronged me or the person that wasn't there for me, right? So when I seen that, and then I was just thinking about all of those other things, I was like, let me just talk about love real quick. Instagram post not too long ago that touched on the subject of gaining appreciation and honoring those around you and how they take care of you, and how that can only come once you know and have dealt with taking care of yourself. I think, just like I said in my other video about venting, we sometimes expect of others what we cannot even provide for ourselves intimately. And when I say getting intimate with yourself, I think people think of that in a weird way. Like, wait, well, isn't that why I need somebody else to be intimate with? Like, no, you can love yourself and be intimate with yourself in a number of ways. When I take a shower and I get out of the shower, I take a bath, I get out of the bath, and I choose to lotion my body, I choose to moisturize from my face down to my feet, touching myself, rubbing on my body, feeling the curves and how I feel, looking at myself, making sure that my skin is moisturized so it's not dry, so that it has this nice glow, right? That is one of the ways that I believe we all should practice loving ourselves. Just that simple gesture right there, touching your own self daily. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, hearing yourself out. A lot of the times you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is look for plots. The first thing you do is look for somebody else to share your energy with. But how much energy have you shared with yourself? It's hard to think of it that way because we think of ourselves as one, you know? But once you break it down, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, what do I need today? And I probably need to take care of that before I even seek what other people have to give me. People can only be who they are, and they can be the best at being who they are, but they can never be who you really want them to be. Now, if by chance you find somebody who just so happens to be everything you want them to be, which will be never, you just learn to tolerate, then hey, you get me? Fuck love, I don't trust nobody, DTA, right? Don't trust anyone. That was like real popular when I was in high school. Clothing line, you know, so everybody was like on that wave. If you don't trust anyone, you probably don't trust yourself. And that's a bigger problem. If you have all of these inhibitions about trusting people and letting go and loving people, then that's a bigger problem. The boundary comes when you need to learn how much to give of yourself, how much energy do I need to save for myself, how long have I known this person, what has this person shown me that even makes them trustworthy. Now, having good judgment, right, being skeptical, and then totally blocking yourself off from receiving love or giving trust, those are two different things. Love self, love of self. Love of self is so important, and Mick Jenkins has a song and he says, Strange Love. If you know the song, then you know what I'm talking about. But he says, we claim that we love ourselves. That's some strange love. And basically throughout the song, he's going through the many ways that we as people display love, or that we fuck with people or fuck with ourselves. And he's saying, like, that's some strange love, because that's actually the opposite of love. Like, if you really were acting out of love, you would be doing this. If you really were acting out of love, you would be feeling this. And that's how I feel sometimes with this world and with my generation. It's like, I fuck with myself, I love myself because I'm on Instagram and the hottest fit. I fuck with myself because I went to go buy myself some food today. Like, you know, like, what about like the deeper connection with like messing with yourself and like really feeling yourself, blocking yourself off from getting angry about certain things, blocking yourself off from wanting to spew hate, blocking yourself off from not trusting people. You get what I'm saying? Like, on a deeper level, how much do we really love ourselves? And should we love ourselves before we try to find love intimately in another person, or even platonically in a friendship? It's a huge debate. I've seen things where people are like, you don't need to love yourself to find love. Sometimes that's what it takes. I agree and I disagree, because I think that it also, like, to some degree, matters how much you are secure, right? Because especially being young, and especially dating young, or even being in your 20s, like me, I wasn't allowed to date growing up, right? So my first real relationships took place when I graduated from high school. So for me, somebody who was already not accustomed to dating, right? Not accustomed to meeting people's parents, to somebody being able to pick me up from my house, go to their house, for me to be intimate with somebody. All of those things were new to me, and I think, like, in our 20s, even if you did start dating young, things totally change when you become an adult and you have accessibility to different things and whatnot, and you start seeing certain images in the media about relationships and what it looks like to be in love, what it looks like to get played. I feel like there needs to be some type of security within yourself first before you get with somebody who can literally mold your mind, right, by telling you certain things or treating you a certain way that will then either shape your relationships from then on out, right, or make you reluctant to ever go that way again. And that's why I say there needs to be some type of security within yourself. Being 22 years old now, right, and being with somebody for 5 years, knowing them for 6 years, I can appreciate the fact that I wasn't allowed to date, right? And I appreciate that, I'm saying, because during those times I was able to really just sit with myself, sit with my siblings, sit with my mom, sit around other people, listen in on things, really learn myself, find out what I really like to do. So that way, boom, can nobody alter that in me, right? For example, my partner is not big on like, he's not really adventurous, right? He's not really big on like venturing out and doing new things. That's something that I kind of had to learn how to grow up with, because I was always moving. Because of poverty, I was always moving. I moved many, many times throughout my childhood, right, and in my young adulthood, before I went to college. And so change was something now that is inevitable to me, and something that I have to fully accept, and something that I've learned to like, right? Reading a lot, like literally sitting there with a book, not on my phone, not on the computer, like reading. That's also something that I learned to like, something that even if I got with him and he was like, nah man, books are whack, I don't like to read, da 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 da, that couldn't be shook in me, right? Because that's something that I've already established. Boom, Kiara likes to do. Kiara gets joy from doing this, so Kiara is going to continue to do this. Do you even know? Challenge yourself on, do you even know what it is you love to do just by yourself that nobody could ever make you not want to do? What is it that you get joy from that you don't need your partner, your friends to do with? That you get joy from that you may also get judged for it, but it's you. And no matter who is sexy, who is cute, who is popping, who wants your panties, who wants your drawers, this is who I am and this is who I'm gonna be. When you find someone who you truly, truly enjoy, and I hope that this happens for every single person watching my video if it hasn't happened already, right? And through your lifetime, you may find more than one person who you truly, truly enjoy and who you truly, truly are in love with, and who is literally like your best friend, right? When you do find that person, you will realize that maybe you don't appreciate and love certain things about yourself because they've never been bought out of you. And that is the reason why certain people are called soulmates, because they trigger and shape certain parts of us that we ourselves, right, through years of having to just focus on one thing, years of being programmed to just judge ourselves off our looks and our intelligence, right? Our test scores and our grades, probably have not really recognized, like, damn, I'm really special because I can do this. Or damn, that's really a special trait. Or I'm really empathetic and that's something that I should honor instead of being shunned for it because I cry a lot. You get me? So things like that, when you meet that person, those are the things that you would be like, yo, like, dang, like, I F with myself for that. Like, and those are the ways that I feel like you start to love yourself more while you're in a relationship. But I don't feel like you should just not like yourself or like who you are and then find somebody who does like you and be like, oh my God. You get what I'm saying? And I wish I could talk about this more, but I really don't want this video to be too long, and I feel like it'll definitely come back up. My friends always joke saying that I don't want to give them the goods to my relationship, or you keeping all of it to yourself. How do you keep a man? And how you get him? And da-da-da-da-da. Like, my friends at school, they always say this. And it's not that. It's just also that I'm very quiet kept, and I keep things that I really care about and people I really love to myself in those ways. And I never really thought about talking about my relationship per se, but I'm down to talk about relationships overall, right? And I definitely could tell the things that I've learned being in a relationship since I was 17 years old, and the things that I'm still learning today. We learn new things about each other every day, right? And something else that I also want to talk about is space. Like, even if you next to each other, I'm in a long distance relationship most of the year, right? But right now I'm home, and I'm gonna be home for a minute. I haven't seen my boyfriend in probably almost 4 days. Why? Space. I still need to wake up in the morning and be like, what do Kiara need? I don't want to see you. I kind of just want to like walk outside, work out, do my thing, not have to be like, what is he thinking? What is he, you get me? Like, space is super important, and people think that when they're in a relationship, that mean they gotta be up under somebody. When do you ever have time to really check in on you? you may not even be realizing the things that you don't even want from this person anymore, or things that you really need from this person that they aren't giving you if you constantly with them, because that sets up the image that everything is a-okay. But my message here today is stop closing yourself off. Challenge yourself the next time you say, well, I don't have anybody, or I don't trust anybody. Because 9 times out of 10 is really not true. And it's really disrespectful to the people who are being there for you in their own way. Challenge if you even trust yourself, right? If you even trust yourself to be around good people, or do you even think you deserve good energy, good love, good friends, a good person next to you? And all of those things. All of those things are like majorly important. Like I said, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to try to wrap it up here. Love is important, y'all, and no matter what the music says, no matter what the media says, no matter what the message says, it's not something that is popular when the season comes. It's not something that's popular when you need somebody, right? Or when you're feeling lonely, or when you see everybody else in a relationship, or when Instagram is blowing up with couple goals. Love is important on a daily, majorly deep felt level. And the greatest love of all is the love you have for yourself. And the way that the universe, your God loves you and takes care of you when you are not even consciously aware. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Thank you for watching. But, you know, I'm going to be everywhere with the camera now. I may just start walking with it and stuff. But it's weird because I don't have a front view, so I don't be knowing if you be seeing me or whatever. But, like I said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time. Check out my other videos. I'm always down for suggestions, recommendations. Oh, I think you should talk about this. Do you know anything about this? Pretty soon I'll be giving y'all my update on how being vegan has been. It's been about 4 months now. Crazy. Happy about it. Went to a vegan fest recently. Go check out my Instagram. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later.